What's up, gamers?
What is up, gamers, and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger, Happy, Havoc. We are back here for one of the most monumental episodes, so probably the most important episode so far.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. We are about to do the second class trial.
Chapter 2, class trial. Poor Chihiro has been murdered.
By whom? We got no fucking clue.
Well, the game wants you to think it's Byakuya.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, that definitely checks. So,
begin the class trial, or
unless yes, excellent.
It's about to begin.
All right. Yep.
The red door is right
through here. We did take a little bit of a ding-year break, so we can go ahead and remind ourselves of the truth bullets.
Actually, not what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. What did you want to do?
Can I?
What?
Get my ability or?
Oh, it'll before the class trial starts, it will let you. But
okay.
Once you go in the doors, yeah, is when you can assign your new things. But I always like to review the truth bullets before I go in.
All right, I'm on a Kima file.
Even if it's just for the audience, I always like to help because you know.
These
don't always go out the same, you know.
I'm reading them all as Monokuma.
No, I'm reading them in my narrator voice.
My narrator voice.
I can't do that. I don't want to do the Makoto voice.
That was supposed to be Snake.
The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow job to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. The dumbbell found on the floor of the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood on it. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admires strength more than anything else. To unlock a room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls. It is not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. The handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall.
And can be accessed by
anyone. One of the handbooks found in the main hall had been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both still seem to work, so it is assumed the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have been broken. Suspected genocide Jack victims include those people. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime, written in blood.
And not mounted by a rope.
Mounted by scissors. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality.
Which kind of lines up with Toko's behavior, because she has been kind of going crazy.
Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls at the school even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body had been suspended and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. And finally, on the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. And that is caught up. All right, so are you ready?
No.
Are you ever going to be ready for this, though?
Absolutely not.
In we go.
And it's everyone.
It's everyone. I mean, we're all here.
So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind, or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
Huh?
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding! I'm just kidding! How could I forget that little nut job?
Fair.
She is a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and grab her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, whoa, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him.
I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible!
Phew.
So, now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator, and let's get this show on the road.
Here we go.
I'll see you guys down there.
All right.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisake. Saki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her.
Ugh.
Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that.
There's somebody in this room.
And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but
Count on it.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro?
No response from mom.
Yeah, I don't think they don't
interact, yeah.
You ready? We doing this.
Well then.
I will uncover the villains who perform such heinous acts on a weaker individual.
It would be kind of cool if someone other than Makoto, I mean, obviously I know, like, you're the protagonist.
But if someone other than Makoto,
like, figured it out during the trial,
How
and then
very
you had
sad.
to...
Oh, Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
You make me cringe.
that's fair.
But you're 3D.
You skipped Kyoko, by the way.
Oh, shit. She's always hiding.
I know.
No, I...
Hello!
Count on it.
It's me!
Shall we go?
Glad I went back for you.
Definitely worth it. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one.
Or the last one.
I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far logic can take you. Alright, here we go.
We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes.
I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator with shaky legs.
I love trials.
With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. That is
Kaleb in real life.
The entire dinner break, I was just like, it could have
Yeah.
been this person or this person. The steel box sank with heavy clunking, sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. That doesn't matter. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however. It continued to descend without hesitation.
The elevator, thank God, didn't run on my ability to keep calm.
Until finally... Artwork is... I mean, even just like their backs
Yep.
are great.
Yep. Everyone has personality.
It came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good. You're rip-raring to go. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
Excelente!
And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial.
Here we go. Do you want to save?
Probably should.
All right. All right, so you can set your skills here.
Okay. I meant with the...
What do you mean?
Don't you get, like, experience stuff? No?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, you just get more SP.
You get more SP, yeah.
Okay, I see now.
Algorithm, that's what you got from Chihiro.
Glad I have her ability.
You have to use it in this one. You have to use her ability to solve her case, you know?
To be fair, I did it with Leon as well.
Yeah, well, Leon wasn't the murderer. You did it with Saya.
I did it with Psychics as well.
Yeah, and
I had the killer.
You
and
have
the...
3 dead people's abilities.
But I'm getting them before they die, I guess.
Yeah.
But I will not have gotten whoever the killer is.
Yeah. All right. You didn't get Junko's either, so it's not like you were on perfect record.
All rise!
Let's
Alright, voice
begin
acting,
with
go.
a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then.
Here we
So,
go.
first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
Let's, shall we?
Thanks, bud.
We have to make clear what was that's you.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow.
I don't get to do any work in these class trials. I'm completely an observer at this point.
I barely do anything either.
Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Poor Chihiro, indeed. I don't think there was anything on that.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what
Yeah,
kind
this
of
sped up
blunt...
voice.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
A little slow.
That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
You idiot!
You're dumb.
Chihiro's. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file,
And also
the
have
killer... What
reaction
kind of
speed,
blunt
so-
instrument...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
That wrong game. God damn it.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Makoto
It was
brains.
covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Okay.
That's fair.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay!
That's what? That's it's a murder
We
investigation.
are detectives, more or less.
Yeah. Kyoko's like, what the fuck is wrong with
If
this?
you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What?
It's you.
For
it's
real?
me.
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer.
The serial killers.
Did he really kill Chihiro?
Did he? A new element's been added to nonstop debates. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debates. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out.
Interesting.
Oh, but if your action difficulty is if gentle, white noise won't appear at all. It's not, or on normal. In which case, blah blah blah, yeah. Well then, good luck and have fun. So, yeah, you're just gonna have things that are blocking you that you shoot with right click and then shoot. You equip the silencer with the right click.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
Good job,
Good job.
Fumi. You're such a fucking moron.
You were there when we talked about it. The thing that Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that, and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Oh, get
Hey,
Get
so
boned.
speaking
Oh
of
my God.
Genocide
And you lost a
Jack,
whole minute for that of your
I don't know who that
11
is.
minutes that you have left.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But
Hey-o.
that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
hey,
You have to
so
shoot the-
speaking of Genocide
You have to
Jack,
shoot the white noise.
I don't know who that is.
You have to shoot the white noise and then shoot the actual thing.
The culprit is Jack.
It's
Case
gameplay,
closed.
yeah.
That's
Why? What makes...
well, I mean, there's just no proof for it.
Yeah, there you go, see?
No,
Got it.
that's wrong.
Counter! Down B!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right.
Boob
lust.
I hate you so much.
You don't like boob lust?
No. It's actually
You don't
bloodlust.
lust over boob?
But
You're-
more important
your best
is
girl's
the
Keelhn.
other
You have
characteristic.
boob lust.
And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Why are you making me tell them?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has something to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it!
I got it!
I guess it's how it was
In every
positioned.
Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical
To be fair,
answer
that's
I can
a
think
totally
of.
valid point. No, it is.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh, he's just coming out and saying it.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide
Yeah,
Jack?
I think that sounds
The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, Hero, but this also is a murder trial.
And you're a moron.
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer's that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right?
She's Toko and Toka. Hangman's Gambit.
Yeah, I get to play Hangman, my favorite. What? God, these really make me feel dumb. I'm gonna...
I don't know, was it? could the word be? I know.
Oh, schizo.
Schizo.
It throws me off because that's not a word.
Schizo's a word.
I mean, it is, but like, we haven't mentioned schizophrenia.
Correct. You're supposed to know what schizo is.
Now I
But it's a
understand.
completely different thing from dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, in some cases.
Is it because Genocide Jack
They're very
has a
closely
split
related.
personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
I hate that they only capitalized the D in there.
Oh,
That bothers me.
okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko.
The one thing that shows Toko could have split personality, it has to do with her behavior.
I got it!
I got it!
You're
Makoto's
talking
a
about how she
genius.
started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up,
The tongue was out.
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
Oh, she must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
That's what you're worried about, Toko? That's what you're worried about.
Toko has
not
bad
to
target
mention,
prioritization.
once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
I'm locked in here with me. Yeah.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Well, that was an easy case.
Oh,
Yeah, case closed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's
Like
caused her to
Byakuya.
have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
I don't know if that was a great time for that. I don't think it was.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
All right.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
you said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story.
All right.
I didn't ask you to.
More like Byaku Yuck.
There you
Yeah! I did it!
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
I killed her.
Did it?
Sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason, I promised!
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
To be fair,
but
I
you
kind of
weren't
believe
able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried! I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
We haven't had nearly enough
Thanks, Dad.
non-stop debates.
Correct. This is like a third of the first one.
Yeah.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean...
Interesting. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards.
She has control over when her personality... Dude, that's strong.
I think it's just when she's like super stressed out.
Gotcha.
A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in this next second... Wow, that
Oh,
is
hello there! Is it
That
me
is
you
a
were
cool
hoping
design.
to see?
Genocide Jill.
Yes! What the heck?
I also would not want to be next to her.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
That's such a good laugh.
Such a good laugh.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
I get it.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
God, voice actor work. So good.
I love her teeth.
I've never said that about a woman.
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
That's fair.
Yeah,
honestly, that's fair.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I think all the time.
Yeah.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Dude,
That's so
oh my,
deep, dude.
holy
Whoa,
shit,
dude,
Jill.
I'm fucking losing
Oh
it,
my
Jill.
God.
You're such a maniac.
Just kidding again.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
What's the motive? She just wanted to kill.
Yeah, she's a serial killer.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
That she's Genocide Jack.
Yeah.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Objection! Toko's secret thing was that she has a penis.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
And we have absolutely no reason to not believe her.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Thanks, Sakura.
Thanks for being here.
I could never believe a word you say, you
I swear to
monster!
God, everyone in the cast except for like Aoi, Fumi, and Toko are like part of my psyche.
Yes, they're all in your head.
Aoi's just too dumb to be a part of me.
Hero.
No, I've definitely been that dumb. I've never been innocent dumb, but I have been
stupid before.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me.
Makoto is the most intuitive person ever.
Yeah, what she said. I need to get some more details about all this. Time for another non-stop debate.
Yeehaw! Status of the dead body.
Am I only ever gonna get like one non-stop debate with multiple bullets?
I don't know.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
I played on the hardest.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I think you're wrong,
Are
guy.
the methods of murder really exactly the same? I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
I love Jill. That's hot. No, the whole thing, like, and maybe this is my opinion, Jill is so much more entertaining than Toko.
Oh, yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, Jill is great. I love Jill, and I hate Toko.
Yeah,
but
I'd
then
hit that.
I don't know about that one, but... The golden rule. Don't stick your dick in crazy.
Oh, shit, I thought it was a smart gay if it's in a three-way.
I murder with passion and conviction.
Yeah!
Yeah!
I
Me
consider
too.
myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
I swear to God, when it said noodles and sauce,
Yeah.
I was about to say the ragu.
The ragu.
I hate this game.
This game's
is
in your
no
head.
creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. What is it?
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
I got it!
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Yum.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
You like pesto
Could you
sauce?
please stop comparing
Are you a
killing
pesto
people to
guy?
cooking?
I'm okay with it.
I'm real in on pesto.
Yeah?
Yeah, like Ripoll Alfredo, I think, for my Italian sauce of choice.
Interesting.
But I enjoy me some pesto.
Hey, pesto's good.
No, yeah, it's light, but not like too light, where
Yeah.
you're not filled, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the
Trying to
body
find
was
things to
arranged?
talk about instead of just sitting here listening.
I
Try-
can't.
Right.
I cannot process anything besides what's going on.
I understand.
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands, Jesus style.
Yeah.
I got it!
Nice, you got
Do
it!
you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, In all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
More scissors!
Giant dildos.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp
Just starts
scissors.
flying out of the hands at 1,000 a minute.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
Yeah, that's
like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac, I like
Big
that.
Mac? Are you,
You know what?
referring to me?
Where can you get a Big Mac?
The same place you can get a delicious McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
A Shamrock Shake?
Yeah, at McDonald's.
I hear those are the greatest things of all time.
It's mint, and this year, as a special anniversary for the Shamrock Shake, you can get a Shamrock Shake with Oreos in it.
Oh my god, even with Oreos?
With Oreos in it.
And you can get those where?
At McDonald's location.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
I do really like the nickname
Big Mac.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Okay,
I
thought
thought you were gonna get that, but
No,
you never said anything.
I had thought about it earlier, but I don't know Japanese names
Right,
like that well,
right.
so I was like,
I don't want to make any assumptions here.
Pattern.
They were all dudes.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Is she Lolly?
Is she a lolly?
Does she
I mean, I
count?
guess she looks young,
But not like...
and she is the youngest student.
Yeah. But usually lollies are the oldest characters.
Yeah, you're right.
Some reason.
Actually, no.
Actually,
No, it all sounds like Monokuma.
Actually, I'm 4,000 years old and a dragon, and I've been alive forever. I'm not talking about Fire Emblem. This is not a specific reference to every Fire Emblem character.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is they're all Japanese.
She only kills Japanese people.
Because Chihiro was her friend, and Chihiro was her lover.
Oh, what a
Chihiro
side
was
plot!
a girl.
What a side
I
plot.
got
They were
it.
lovers.
In a way.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
I'm glad I never get to forget.
Immortalized, yeah. Remember, he doesn't let him go.
Kanorada. No, I'm not saying.
No,
I'm not
we're
doing
good.
it to y'all
No,
again.
yeah, we've done this before.
And it's long.
Yep.
There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
Dude,
I
Mondo's
can't help
freaking
it.
out.
I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy
Like, I'm
fangirl,
definitely
and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Naka, you
Would an
didn't need to
Italian
say
chef
it.
suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
What?
I didn't know that. Something about that, like, sent like a shiver like down my
Yeah.
spine. Like I just.
We get it.
I don't
You've
like.
clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
Yeah!
Yeah, put him in his place.
Step on him!
Lowly, Kurt,
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
I believe
and
that.
Yeah, I
if
agree.
by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
probably couldn't even lift the dumbbell.
used
the dumbbell
because you couldn't find any scissors in the school. Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, we got him right now!
She's fully equipped.
I
That's
would not want to
right!
stand
So
next
I
to
can
her.
go anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you!
God, she's good.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is
One person.
One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases.
Ew. Who could it have been? Mr. Togami?
Here's my answer.
Togami himself.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Oh!
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime
It all
on
makes
her.
sense.
That all makes sense.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh,
God, I hate that.
Why is everyone in this game a pervert?
Because they're all
Well,
16!
What's your response?
Fair enough.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Time for me to pull out my trump card.
Then I
Donald
must
Trump.
ask, when would you say I began
He did
acting
not do it.
suspicious? Surely you must have
Wants
an
it.
answer.
Makes a death note style.
Byakuya did not kill that girl.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah, I mean, Byakuya's a little strange, yeah. In the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
Huh? Suspicious?
It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker rooms. He did have quite a bit of
You wanted to
information.
go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Nani?
Yamada!
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But how'd you know Chihiro was the victim?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Fuck up with you,
on the
Movie, you're
contrary,
such a moron.
there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction with Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone.
Yeah, new elements been added. Gameplay. Truth's flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well, then good luck and have fun.
Alright.
It's gonna get a lot different once you have to use all these off of memory.
Yeah.
Monokuma File 2.
Yeah, clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it.
He is mad.
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
God, I hate you.
Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there.
I don't know why I keep trying to take your lines.
Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known about that before he found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear. Because you don't
So,
get to talk.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Shit, what?
You got him backwards.
I did.
Shoot!
I'm just telling you because I think you'd sit there and wonder for a while, and I don't want this video to be
So,
figured out.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check,
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
You're an idiot, Byakuya. Go die.
Your glasses are dumb.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
What do you mean?
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
No,
But
I'm
your
actually with
reasoning
Byakuya
is still too weak.
Because he could.
Yeah.
Because if he's seen everyone at that point up until Chihiro.
But also, he didn't make any note of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
And like, it is
What's wrong?
suspicious.
Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
What an asshole!
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Yoko!
Thanks, babe.
We just talked about the differences
Nice
between
babe, though.
this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
What, you think you got multiple babes?
I might.
The proof you're looking
might
for
go-
is
I might
hidden in
go
there.
around.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit,
High
you
school,
mean?
I might get around.
You know, we don't know how long we're gonna live, girls.
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murderers. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be?
What could it be?
I know exactly what it is, but I've gotta play the game.
What is it?
The library desk lamp, because the extension cord was used to wrap her up, and he was the only one who used that desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Yeah,
Please.
Toko.
When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope. Was
Nobody
it not?
else checked
That's
out the
right.
body, did
It
they?
absolutely
No,
was.
absolutely not. No one looked at the body.
Kyoko.
Must be
Kyoko.
something very fishy
Everyone got
indeed
angry at her
about that
because she
rope.
looked at the
Because she
body.
looked at
Hey,
the body.
Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's
You
wrong.
idiot! No! You're a moron! More like Byakuya!
Your hair is
Actually,
stupid.
I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Nobody else
Byakuya,
looked at the
you've
body.
used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
It's gone.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other
Interesting.
possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yep, that's...
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Thank you,
He kept
Genocide
calling this
Jill.
a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like
Everybody
this to
seems to be on
win.
board, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we
I've
really
only
need
used
to?
like half of my
We've
clues.
already decided.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
I hate you, but I love you.
God, he's just good at being an ass.
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said.
I got it!
You got it!
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, but are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Because no murderer has ever
Moved the body.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
I think he's just
Well,
fucking with you.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Oh, we got the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. Two things, actually.
Yeah, but the more obvious.
I got it!
Got it!
You got
The
a heart
proof
back.
that she
Oh,
was
sweet.
killed somewhere
You got one
else
straight in a
is
row.
the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Thanks, Jill.
We both said thanks, Jill!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado!
Yeah, because I definitely didn't have like 6 One Direction posters in my room, bro.
I actually live with One Direction. Still, to this day, I still live with all of them.
That doesn't
Hey,
really
Harry,
seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Seriously.
No, I'll get to bed in a minute.
Look, tell Niall we're coming. It's just we're finishing a recording.
God.
So you're saying
I hate you so much! What is going on?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protein coffee.
Protein coffee.
While I
Is
was in
coffee
the
a protein
girls'
that
locker room
normally-
earlier, I spilled some
you sure?
protein coffee
Are
on
you
the
sure?
carpet.
I work at a coffee shop.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Gotcha.
I'm a full-time internet funny man.
I'm a full-time internet.
I'm a full-time. You're just full-time internet?
Full-time internet.
Nice.
But I noticed
Everyone's
that
gonna be
after the
full-time internet
murder,
with all this
the stain
coronavirus.
had been totally scrubbed away.
Topical!
Sure, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
We made 8,000 in the WWE 2K20 series that's also up on this UpGamers channel that you can subscribe and see right now. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's so funny. It was funny that time y'all said that thing.
Yeah, in the WWE 2K20 career
Yeah.
mode series that we have up right now on the channel.
Absolutely.
This is in the middle of the trial.
No. It's not that the stain was scrubbed away.
It was moved. Nice.
I
dude.
got
it. Look at you being
The
smart.
stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I know that by heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we have a picture of it?
I know that by heart.
I guess we
Then,
have a picture.
does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Are our handbooks just iPads?
I assume so.
Okay.
But
We took a
why
little
would anyone
picture.
do that?
To move the murder
It's
scene
actually a
from one
selfie.
locker room to the other.
Because
It's
it's just
certainly plausible.
inappropriately taken
Don't you think?
selfies with all of the evidence.
Yeah.
Here's Chihiro's body.
He's like dabbing in it. He got Sakura to take the picture, but she really didn't want to.
In other words, In order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Interesting.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
I mean,
To make it more suspicious that a girl killed her?
yeah.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device, but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Unless she used Leon's and then broke it.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
What is
I
it,
highly
Hero?
doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could you? Oh, that's.
Is
Fuck!
it right?
Fuck
Could
me!
Chihiro really have gotten
Damn
into
it!
the boys' locker
God
room
damn it! Make your argument. Broken e-handbook.
Broken E-Honda.
I get it.
Is it really possible?
No.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
No.
I've got it!
No.
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Damn.
You think you... Oh,
Shoot!
I had a line and I was excited. I was like, oh, I get to talk!
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
But why would she do that?
No, I don't
Like,
think
what did
that's
she gain
it.
from hacking?
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Oh, he actually does know.
Wow, he knows shit.
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook of...
Why does he know this?
No, that's wrong.
But it's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
God, he was on the brink of
No, he
doing
was
something
so
really
close. He was
right.
so
I'm struck
close.
silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing
Yeah,
one.
genius
In other
strat.
words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
Maybe you're just wrong.
It's at this point, I'll believe anything.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
And this has been
I
a lot of
guess so.
twists so far.
Yeah.
Okay
Probably
then,
got two-
I vote
two-thirds
for
of the way through.
Byakuya.
Oh, wait, no, I'm kidding. It's Byakuya.
Yeah.
We know. We already know.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Oh, thanks God you're here,
I agree with you,
Kyoko.
though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
I don't like that you put your hands on my shoulder.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official
It's a
class trial
recess.
recess.
For real?
For real?
For real?
Dude, she says it again!
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Shall we?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial has been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
Where she said she was gonna take us, the murder scene.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
The girls' locker room?
I thought she said it.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully.
No, Hifumi, no!
Like
anyone but him.
her.
Literally anyone but him.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands
Taka
all over
has
a
the
girl's
right
dead
idea.
body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything. It's just based on religious
Yeah,
grounds,
you don't really
know?
touch dead bodies.
No, that's fair.
Very well. I'll do it.
I mean, that's... honestly, you're probably the one I'm most okay
It
with.
was either gonna be me or her.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a
What?
dead body.
What does that mean?
Just
Tina?
let one of the boys do it.
Why do boys have to touch
No,
dead
it's
people?
okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What a nice...
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Here I go.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Don't try to make guesses.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
What?
Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs!
Wait, what?
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay. I was like, wait.
We're just moving past this?
Are we just accepting?
We're just accepting that this is real?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Twists and turns.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Then why does the Monokuma file say she?
That's her pronoun.
Chihiro
Oh, that's
Fujisaki
fair.
was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone,
Kept
huh?
saying it. Examine the body thoroughly.
Yep.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more
Okay,
exciting.
Caleb, you're looking kind of in shock.
Yeah, I'm just dumbfounded, I guess.
Now let's
not
ride this
expect that.
wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the
that-
trial.
That shakes some stuff up.
Yeah.
Ahem. I do apologize for
We got a lot
keeping
more
you
to go.
waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. Thought it never crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
That makes sense.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
That's Monokuma.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room. and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
I guess if whoever killed her wanted to, like, maintain that she was a girl.
Well, I must admit,
no one
I
would have
did
known.
find
Yeah,
it
no one
rather
would know.
odd.
I mean, unless they killed her and then saw.
Yeah.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Byakuya, don't pretend like you know what a female body looks like.
Yeah.
You
is
are
the most
the
titillating
most incel of
situation.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally
Yeah,
become
Byakuya killed her
clear.
in the boys'
Okay, well,
locker room.
connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
You don't get to say that, Ifumi. You've lived your entire life in your own world.
What about you, Makoto?
To be fair, we've all lived our
After
own lives in our
everything
own
we've
worlds.
learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Just an asshole.
What?
Just a dick.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
No, it's Leon. Leon killed Chihiro.
Plus,
Bring him
the
back and
evidence
hit
he
him with
left
more
behind was
baseball.
a little too... How can I put it?
They just only wanted to
Over-
do one death animation, so everyone actually gets killed by baseballs.
Everybody gets killed by Leon.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, he just wanted to
Make it more fun.
the investigation harder.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
What an asshole. What
Mark
a
it
dick.
as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to
Why were
alter
you
it.
in the girls' locker room?
Are you fucking with us right now?
That's true. He just got there first and he fucked with it.
Yeah.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the
That's
truth.
very Byakuya.
Yeah.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
To
Go
be
ahead,
fair, I don't blame him.
find it very
Yeah.
hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
He's totally
If you're
dumb.
really telling the
Very
truth,
weird.
then
Although I think
why?
he's confident that he...
why do you do that to
I
his
think he's
body?
confident Makoto's gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Look at that smirk.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was
Hero.
clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
I think
Just
too
because
dumb
if we're
not
just too
to.
dumb, yeah.
We all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Yes.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
If Hero survives, I will be pleasantly surprised.
That he made it all the way.
That's very
That's if
true.
anyone survives.
I guess it's a good point.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro?
Who murdered Chihiro indeed?
There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Mundo.
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, You would need a boy's handbook to get in.
And the only boy's handbook is broken. Like that you
Yeah,
can take.
since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own.
Yep.
In other words, it had to have been a guy.
Unless that's not Leon's handbook.
But that's still not enough. I need to find some clues.
Yeah, obviously it's not enough. Yeah, just because you know it's a guy doesn't mean anything. It still has to count.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
That's so ambiguous.
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
Yep, you're right.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
He said the line.
No,
He did.
not
Game over, man. Game over. Excellent.
I don't know if it's the first one or
Isn't
the
there a single clue that might lead us to who? Well, did nobody get?
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Come on,
Shoot!
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Fuck my life! Oh!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it? Well,
I'm not allowed to
nobody
talk.
get.
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
I'm actually getting arrested as we speak.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer? And only...
Nice. Yes.
No, that's wrong.
Who saw the victim? He says the killer and only the killer saw the victim. Celeste account is seeing the victim.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was
only.
murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The
Because,
rest
you know,
of you
we're
had no
tight like
idea,
that.
did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
That's
It
fair.
was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
You know,
and
to
then,
pump some iron.
I assume,
To get
he
strong.
headed off to exercise.
A
Oh
track
my
jacket
God.
and a duffel bag.
I know.
But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm in kind of a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
It was Makoto. They spent the most time together.
Correct, it is Makoto. That is
No.
Chihiro's best friend.
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you
See what
sure
I mean when
about
I say,
that?
like, these trials really keep you on your toes?
Yeah. What?
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Yeah, commentary.
Funny dick
No,
jokes.
but this is such an
Do you
intense
think
moment.
there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps.
Caleb is
Let's
so
explore
confused
that
right
and
now.
talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Play along.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some kind of clue about the killer? Somehow. It's really hard to believe.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right, non-stop debate. Again,
I mean, there's pretty much only one option as to who it could be, but it doesn't even make sense to me.
First of all,
You
we
might wanna
know
hear
where
this now.
Chihiro was headed.
Just all the way through.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to
did.
figuring
It
out
did.
who the
Which
culprit
one?
is?
No way.
Just click on it.
Not a chance.
Don't tell the audience. Show the
You heard
audience.
him, right? What he just
Show
said.
them that you're a big smart gamer boy. Show them that you're the true gaming boy.
First of all,
We
The
know
UpGamers.
what he was on his way, so next we have why
Show
did
them
he
you
choose
are the
What do you mean,
UpGamers.
I got it! It matched the one the...
So, what you're... The killer was wearing the same blue
No, that's wrong.
Got him.
We never said it was flip.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
We're so leaned into the screen right now. You guys can't see, but we are so close to the screen. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
I can see the pain in his
And
face.
before we began the trial,
Oh no!
did you tell
his
anyone
boy.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry?
I don't like Cherry as a nickname.
No,
for Chihiro.
no,
That
I
was
don't
bad.
either.
It's not Big Mac.
It's not Big Mac.
So,
Not
how
nearly
about
Big
it?
Mac
Did you
level.
see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
no, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Yeah. She stuffed it. Yeah, you don't need that. She was gone.
when Celeste noticed it,
opportunities to talk.
Chihiro
No,
made a
I'm-
point of
You're always
making sure
trying to
the
read my
jacket was
fucking lines.
completely in the bag.
Hey, man.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah,
But it worked.
now I
It worked.
understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
I mean, I did too, but they were completely unfounded.
Why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. One of these you already talked about.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women
Oh my
differently.
god, I'm a fucking genius!
He said this off camera, but he knew.
You only call guys dudes.
I knew it. Okay.
For girls, it's chick.
You fuck you.
I tried
And
to
after
no,
he
but
was
everything
killed,
you said,
happened to
the
refer to
reasonings why
him
you
as
thought it was
dude.
Mondo was wrong.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it's true.
Once I picked up on
I
that,
told you
it
what you
occurred
said
to
was
me
wrong.
that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
so did
I.
So did the boy.
Are you
No,
a witch?
the boy
She's a
wondered.
witch!
The
You're
UpGamers.
positively frightful!
I'm secretly a genius. I just don't trust myself.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
I got you there.
That's correct. Now this part,
Mondo,
I
was
think
it
is
really you? Did you
you wanna
really
listen to.
kill
I'll be a
Chihiro?
little quieter for this part.
I didn't kill anyone.
Just kidding. He's gonna
You've been
deny
all
it.
over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something
Don't
like that.
talk,
This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
I wonder who it could be.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
What kind of evidence?
I think I know what this is.
You wanna play?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you
Caleb's so
really
upset.
insist,
I
then...
hope this doesn't have any plot relevance later.
What do you have there? It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
It's mine. Oh, that's mine.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
He did say there was one.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? He did say there was one.
I got it!
know
You
what it
already
is?
told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You should say no instead of just nodding, so the
Oh, sorry, no,
So
I
people
don't.
also know that you're saying no.
You
to my
remember
question.
that?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
I'm so stressed out, I feel like there's a million cameras on me.
I understand.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
I would agree.
If I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
No, you didn't, Hifumi. No, you didn't. And who could have maybe accidentally stumbled upon a high temperature situation with their e-handbook?
You knew it?
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates,
I don't care about the sauna, Monokuma.
I'm
I'm invested.
air around your. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
I guess there's more to it.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Mondo's is broken because he was wearing his clothing when he went into the sauna, so he had his e-handbook on him. His broke, so after he killed Chihiro, he took it to the sauna because he knew it would break.
Wow, interesting.
Ding, ding.
I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
This really was a
What do you mean by accident?
You think?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna,
Yeah,
not
there you
knowing its
go.
weakness, and it broke?
Caleb,
They'd realize it was broken, of
I'm
course.
gonna let you.
and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
It pisses me off that they keep figuring things out right before they get talked about.
I think that's the point.
No, I know.
And
It's
once
just
they
like-
had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to
It
dispose
makes
of
me
it.
feel worse for not figuring it out earlier.
No, but the game doesn't. The game
doesn't
doesn't.
want me-
Yeah,
yeah.
the game doesn't want you to.
I won't say it's not
honestly
possible,
for me,
but
at least in
who
my
would have
opinion,
done
as someone
something
who's
like
watching
that?
you play it, I'm more entertained watching you react than I am to you. You know. Oh, I knew it the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
No.
Whoa!
Seriously?
Makoto.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
No, Taka's crying because he knows. Oh, the romance.
It had to be be the one who wore their clothes into the sauna. It was me.
What if you just click? You can click yourself and be wrong. No, you'll lose. You'll lose a lot. I don't,
Just lose one.
I don't remember how much you lose. I've never clicked wrong, so.
Here's my answer!
Oh, Mondo!
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing
No,
him?
Taka!
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
Don't bring your iPad into the sauna, kids.
Damn.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong.
Oh.
He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Here we go. Make your argument. Broken e-handbook, Chihiro's e-handbook, or card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Figure it out.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, If Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Well, that's a lie.
He would hurt a mosquito. Oh,
Damn.
was that too much?
Right in the feels.
Right in the heart. I've been stabbed in the heart.
No, that was Saito. Yeah, who could play that game?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook worked.
No, that's wrong.
No! Your hair's dumb!
The handbook he has does work fine.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually
Leon,
works.
So he can still access
all of the rooms. Boys' locker room and everything.
And I guess he would just be sleeping in Leon's room?
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
You've said that in every episode.
But the handbook Mondo has right now.
You keep asking me to record more.
But doesn't
I know, because
that
I love the
violate
game, I
school
just hate it.
regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Oh.
They're a simple object.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
He's just looking
Well,
around.
Mondo,
I feel like I'm
if
giving
I'm
Caleb
wrong
updates
about
into
this,
the microphone.
you're welcome to say so.
He's just looking around, processing.
I'm happy to admit
Breathe
I
it
made
in.
a mistake, but
Son of a bitch.
Here we go.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Music stopped.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything
shall
will
we?
become clear.
Let's
and
do
we'll
a,
all see if I was
maybe
right
a fun
or
game where
wrong.
we can piece together all the events that we've talked about so far.
Oh, so it happens in a different order. Because
do you
last time I did the shooty gun thing first.
No, you did that one after. Because remember, I thought you did it first, which is why you were like, oh, it's the Batman thing. And I was like, no, it's not. All right. So Chihiro. So it starts with Chihiro putting the thing in the bag, Celeste seeing her. Chihiro laughing it off. Celeste sees her.
Okay, so this is still in the...
Yeah. Okay, now going up to the
locker room.
The locker room.
She goes to boys.
That's not the boys' locker room.
That is the girls' locker room.
I do like your guess.
This is boys. Opens the door. And who's waiting there but the killer?
Just saying hi, you know. God, the pain on Chihiro's face, like in the panels, like the fear. Dude, it's so terrifying. Isn't that interesting that that's swiping a boys' locker room key on? No, you're already in there. Yeah, Mondo's pumping some iron, you know? And then what would have happened when he hit her over the head? Talk it out. Talk it out. Be a Let's Player.
Yeah.
Just
sorry.
think out loud.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, so this is
yeah,
Byakuya writing it out.
Yep.
That's an e-handbook, which doesn't make sense.
A boys' e-handbook.
A boys' e-handbook, which doesn't make sense here.
Yep.
That's has to be after that.
Yep. What would have happened when he hit her in the head with the dumbbell?
I guess her thing would have dropped? No.
What in the room would have happened as he hit her in the head?
Oh, the splatter.
The splatter.
And he rolled up the thing and went into the girl's.
She's still picking her up. Like, he hasn't put her out of the girl's locker room yet. This is all him, essentially cleaning up. Yep. Picks her up.
And goes.
That's the sauna. Yeah, we can come back to that. So leaves her.
Okay, so this
is Byakuya coming in, seeing the murder.
So then, I guess.
Because remember, it doesn't get announced when one person sees it. It gets announced when. And setting up. Yep, that makes sense. I do think one you did before was wrong, but. Yeah. Yep. Ties her up, and then takes the blood from her. What do you do with the blood? Like bloodlust out.
So that's that.
Yep, and then Act 5 is the killer.
So that's the sauna.
Yep. Tossing it into the sauna. Landing. Alright. Yeah, I think there is one that I think I disagree with. I think. I can't. My eyes aren't good, so I think it's okay, going all the way back.
Yeah. Okay. So
yep, gets the
whole thing was the last.
So what have you not used? Let's just look and see.
I haven't used the bloody dumbbell.
The blue e-handbook or the bloody dumbbell. Or swiping it in. Which I think is what one of those could be.
Yeah. I guess. Oh, you know what? Because that's not.
That doesn't look like the sauna door, yeah. Chihiro going into the boys' locker room. Meet Mondo. I think the rest is good.
The killer is you!
We'll
First,
see as we play
let's
out.
take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yeah. As you do.
As one does.
As one does.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Excellent. Goodbye. We can move to
With
Act
bag
2.
in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Right.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl,
Yeah, I think it's just out of order, yeah. Just backwards, I think. And I was that far in. Yeah. Alright.
Here's exactly what happened.
I think that's correct.
Let's hope.
Yep, let's hope. I mean, you have 4 hearts.
Yeah.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out,
Nighttime.
even though it was officially... She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Had the boys e-handbook.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Right? Chihiro sees...
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Chihiro puts everything up. Mondo's pumping some iron.
It seems
I'm
likely
sorry,
that
the
the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell,
Not
approached
trying
the
to imply anybody
unsuspecting
here.
Chihiro,
Because Taka knows it's not him.
Yeah, Taka said you're lying.
Yeah, so I must be lying. The dumbbell, flat.
and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys'
Makes
locker
sense.
room came
Where
from.
all the bloodstains come from when they moved it. Realizes that he killed someone and now has to cover it up.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Yeah. Act 3. Taking everything
Which is
down.
why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster,
And then moving right into the girls' room.
and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
Yeah.
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Set up the poster. Drop the
And
body.
that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
That's what all the cool kids call it, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I call it. Byakuya.
That could have been the end of things, but
It
no.
had to just be a little
Byakuya
shithead.
discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
That silly boy. Doing silly things. Setting up that silly extension
So,
cord.
after stumbling on the crime
doofus.
scene,
I mean, like a shitty guy.
More
You
like
know?
a Byaku cock.
he went and grabbed
Can
the
I use it now?
extension cord from the
More
library.
like Byaku
and then
yuck.
he got to work.
I did it. I said it.
He said it. He said the funny thing.
I
guys.
did it.
He used
Everybody
the
like
cord
coming
to string
to
up
subscribe. He said the
Chihiro's
funny
Everybody
lifeless
comment
body.
Byaku yuck. Am I right, boys and girls? Wrote bloodlust for literally no reason at all.
Then,
Just to
using the
make this
victim's own blood,
Correct.
he left a
But last
grisly
one's 2
message
hours.
there at the
Was
scene
it
of the
really? Our
crime.
trials are around 2 hours mostly.
He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
I don't know why. I mean,
And around the same
I
time that Byakuya was putting
he's a dick.
together
because
this
he was a dick.
facade,
He wanted to make it more fun. It's just like
It's
ugh.
literally just because he's a dick.
the killer, having already disposed of
Because it's a game to
Chihiro's
him. It's
bag
what he
and
wanted to
other
have more fun.
belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Trying to make sure no one ever found out. that
And
it was
just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that
See what I
is
mean? When,
because
like,
the
you feel
sauna
like
had
clues
already
and
wrecked their
investigation.
own
You
handbook.
never
don't matter.
Well, you never knew that it would, like, a lot of clues, like,
And
you
that's
don't
how
know
it all played out.
when they'll be important, you know? Oh, Mondo.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Ugh.
complete.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Poor Taka.
Dude, he's gonna be so fucked up.
Yep.
Next, like tomorrow.
Yep.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show what Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear.
Yes, sirree. Bullet time battles. A new element, though, to your rhythm game.
Oh yeah.
Fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate, and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse, left mouse, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if you only got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Negatime that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Negatime during bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to Gentle, they won't use Negatime.
Cool.
We're not on Gentle, they will use Negatime.
They will use Negatime. Awesome.
You have to bullet time battle Taka, not even
Oh my
Mondo.
God, not even Mondo.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
Because he's the one that's fighting you.
I won't listen.
Poor guy.
I refute you. False.
Okay, is this rhythm?
Show me some
right
evidence.
here?
Damn, you're right.
I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
No,
it really doesn't.
You're wrong.
Really
I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
I am somehow doing this.
I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
How long does he have this for?
I refuse to vote.
But you got him anyways.
Show me some evidence.
You can't pin any of this.
This
on
should
him
prove
without
it.
evidence. You got it! You did it!
I did the whole thing.
He did chapter 2!
If my thinking so far is right,
Here we go. I need
Mondo
your
must have
reaction.
replaced his broken handbook with
I mean,
Leon's.
like, as we go.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, I don't.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why we didn't do that earlier.
Yeah,
Once
that,
we do
it would've
that,
been, but you know,
we'll...
big reveal.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Holy shit. I mean, yeah, obviously, but like.
Yeah. Hey, 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 hey!
Booyah! Good job, me.
1,031 points. What a beast! 83 coins.
Damn, that's a lot of Monokuma coins.
Bro?
Bruh.
What are you saying?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bro?
Bruh.
Bro.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Jesus.
Wait! Hold on!
No,
No
Taka.
waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Grab your lever and give it a
Who
yank.
will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Unfortunate.
Why does it have to be Mondo?
I'm sorry, buddy.
Why is it always the people that I like? Why can't Hifumi just kill Toko?
Why can't we get him out of the way? Fun fact, in the demo for this game, in the first trial, Hifumi kills Hiro in the first chapter.
Really?
As the demo.
That's interesting.
I know, isn't that weird?
That is weird. Uh-oh! Looks like this time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Iwata!
Ugh, Mondo.
But why? Why Mondo?
He explains.
I know he's going to.
Unbelievable.
That's you.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men.
Ha!
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text.
Who would fast forward this?
Me.
Yeah, of course you would.
I don't want to hear it.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen this as his way out.
Nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
It just makes you
Yeah. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong. Then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yeah, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage.
That's probably you.
So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did? You mean,
that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See?
Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed.
Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand! I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassed memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat
How
myself.
many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle.
Vroom vroom.
Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo can trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
Oh, Jesus. That image.
laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
Damn. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident.
Jesus.
And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation of what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. Get it? Because Chihiro was...
Yeah. Chihiro was stronger because he was...
But Chihiro kept saying weak.
Yeah.
And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to think about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause, you've kept this secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am,
What?
I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it!
God, fuck you, Monokuma.
Look at him! You see, you're all just like him!
Oh.
For a secret from the past, for a memory! For that, he killed another living human in cold blood! He couldn't cut free of his regret from the outside world! He doesn't know what true strength is! Do you see any hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't!
You bastard! Just shut up! You son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again! I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want! It's what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because it's time for punishing, and it's fast approaching! Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
Well, that's what I promised you, right? The black and the disturbed the peace will be punished!
Ridiculous!
Hold on!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader!
No! Wait!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man.
Oh, fuck
God.
me, dude.
Damn it.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Shit.
And that was to everyone.
Yeah.
That was to Taka, that was to Chihiro,
To Makoto.
that was to Daya.
Everyone.
Game over.
In the punishment time.
Oh god. I don't even know what his could be. Gonna get hit by 1,000 trucks?
Alright.
He's on a motorcycle.
He's on a hog.
He's on a hog. He rides the hog. Monokuma's driving.
Yeah.
Remember when Mondo promised that you guys would ride once he got out?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's not happening.
The cage of death!
There he goes. Of course, the hula hoop.
Yeah. Oh.
Electrocuting him as he's going like 200 miles an hour.
Like, what? Oh my god.
Mondo butter. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This game, man.
What the fuck?
Dude, and I'm telling, it doesn't get easy.
I know.
No, I mean, I've seen it. This is the third time I've seen this scene, and it doesn't get easier.
Yeah. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
Can't be my brother.
Another murder and another execution.
Ugh.
I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. This Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game.
Byakuya!
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
2 of our friends are dead, actually.
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response. Except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crimes?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. Celeste is like, my rule! No one follows my rule! That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. That's hard in that accent. Please, continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
That doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because he would have had to have walked into the locker room.
Yeah.
What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder?
He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Like if someone wrote the clue right behind them if they were dying with their message.
Leon.
Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up.
You did all of that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But
damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right?
Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point.
Yeah, assuming everyone would have believed you?
Right. Of course.
Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next!
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you.
All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself!
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating! These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair!
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean.
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing!
Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Surely you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
Say it again as Liam Neeson.
I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand? I can't do the Liam Neeson.
No, that wasn't bad.
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Ooh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you!
I don't think he's the main character. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper! Sounds like someone needs a nap! I can't do that loud. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo.
I think the curtain's gonna close on this episode, this 2-hour-long trial episode. If you guys like, comment, subscribe. I can't speak for Caleb here, but you know, trial 1 you feel stuff like you care.
Yeah.
And then trial 2 I think is just.
It's just.
Like I can't speak for him, but like trial 1 you're like, yeah, you know this is a killing game, and then trial 2 you're just your heart's ripped out.
Yeah, and I think like 2, it's just like it's clear that they care about each other. Like everyone, with the exception, actually I think Byakuya does actually care more than he lets on, but everyone kind of cares for each other, and these reasons are just people being pushed to their edge.
I mean, people being pushed to the limit.
Yeah, Leon killed in self-defense.
Mondo lost his mind. Literally couldn't remember doing it. And was pushed to his breaking point by his biggest fear.
And that's what terrifies me about the game going forward. Because no one's off the table.
No one.
Like, Kyoko's the closest person to someone who I don't like. Just because she shows no emotion.
Yeah.
But even that is a problem in and of itself.
And we still don't know her ultimate.
We know fuck all about her.
Nothing.
It's just
there's literally a murderer, a serial killer.
Yeah. I mean, let's not ignore the fact that we now know that we live with a serial killer.
Yes. That is only there half the time.
Yeah. And the other half is a bitch.
But you do live with a serial killer.
Yeah, and there's no way of knowing, seemingly, when she's gonna turn, because she managed to go wild.
And even Toko thought Genocide Jack killed Chihiro.
So clearly Toko doesn't know what Genocide Jill does.
So here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah, because it wasn't already interesting enough.
Yeah. Well, if you guys did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. After this episode, I'm drained, and you know, I think if there's one episode so far in this series that has deserved your like, at least for and I know Caleb's sanity, looking at his facial expressions, it's this one. He's losing it. So, yeah. I hope you guys really did enjoy. Hit that bell so that you're notified when when we start chapter 3.
So
it'll be coming up. It'll be coming up in a couple days. So.
And who doesn't want to miss out on my unending torment?
Yeah. Specifically Caleb's unending torment. All right, Caleb. I think you did ask me a question at the beginning of the video, though.
Oh,
God, I don't even know.
It was 2 hours.
It was 2 hours.
Almost 2.5 hours ago.
And so much heartbreak ago, but
Yes.
I think I know what you're talking.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm pretty sure I asked. Do you want a shamrock steak?
Oh, yeah.
No, wait.
Wait, that was before recording.
That was after, too.
Oh, yeah.
The question was, what's up, gamers?